Everybody. I'm Karen Davis.
There we go.
I'm Karen Davis, and we are going to get started here in just a second. But I wanted to say thank you all for getting on. I'm going to do a couple announcements before I hand it over to Miss Karen. So I am, if y'all haven't noticed that I have sent out a lot of e-blasts lately. So a couple of the e-blasts that I've sent out are about the scholarships or fellowship scholarships, some of the awards, the applications, and honor roll application. So the roll of honor. If you have anybody or you like to apply for any of those, please consider doing that because I know that there is still time. November 1st is when those applications are due. You can either send me a note and say, hey, how do I get that applications? Or you can also go to the ACTE website and go under to the facts section and define those applications. So I encourage y'all to do that. Another thing is for our facts business meeting for ACTE, that will be on November the 20th from 5 to 6 p.m. And for Central Time. So it will be have to sign up by registration. And I think Dana's going to be getting that the address up. So I encourage y'all to come attend that meeting. So just to know what's going on in our division status. And then our last area is if you are going to Vision, don't know if anybody's going to Vision, I encourage all of y'all to go to Vision. But if you are going to Vision, I encourage you to come to our tea party. And that is on the 9th. It is from 4 to 6. We've been sending out, or I've been sending out e-blasts about that. And I'll be continuing to send out e-blasts about that. It will be literally a tea party and it will be a fun time about etiquette, do some hospitality information. It will also be our awards banquet. So that's what my announcements are for right now. But I am going to send it over to Miss Karen Mason from Missouri. And she is the main reason y'all are on today is not to hear me, but to hear her. And she's going to talk about how she does catering in the classroom. So I'm going to hand it over to Miss Karen and thank you. It's all yours, Karen.
Okay. Okay. Well, I'm glad that everybody got on tonight. I'll just tell you a little bit about myself. I've been teaching quite a long time and I teach in a comprehensive high school in Missouri. That means 9 through 12 high school, 9th through 12th grades. And we have about 445 students in our high school, and I have about 145 of those kids. And then this is my biggest FCCLA ever. I have 85 this year. And so I'm just going to tell you what we do. I told Karen and I told Dana, I have a paper that I'm kind of using as a guide tonight, just so I kind of don't leave anything out. And I want you to ask questions. Again, I'm not an expert, but we have been doing this quite a while. I would say that we've probably been doing this 10 years. And I'm just going to give you like a little overview. I'm going to talk about all the different things that we do. And then you can ask me specific questions. I will tell you, I will share that document with you. I will also share any of our recipes or anything with you that you would want. And they're just like, my kids love to do it. I have and every year I worry, is this going to be the year that, I can't get these kids to work, or I can't get them to do things. And so far I told them we did a catering today. And so I'm just gonna kind of look at my notes just so I don't miss anything. But food has gotten really expensive and our costs have gone up a little bit this year, but I tell everybody that uses this, we are not experts at this. because we do a lot of weddings and things, and but we're learning, and I think that the things that these kids learn, it's like very, very, very useful to them. And a lot of them do pursue careers and things that have to do with uh, these things afterwards. One of their funnest things to do, or fun things, funnest isn't a word, I don't think, but one of the things they really, really like to do is weddings. And we do probably at least 3 weddings a year. And I can tell you right now, we have 3 weddings already scheduled. We got one in April, one in January, one in November. And we actually had one that they wanted us to do this weekend. And my nephew's getting married in Arkansas, and I was like, I'm not going to miss that. And I even did have some parents, because I'm going to tell you a little bit about that too. I have parents that help when I can't do something. And I had a teacher too that would have been willing to do that. But I really ask them if you can find somebody else that would help us. But when we do those weddings, we do all kinds of things from where we plate it and serve it, where they come through a line, where we have taken it and left it for them and they serve it. One of the big things, and we're going to do the one in November and maybe one in January. We do with the wedding, we do a cocoa bar and a coffee bar, and those are like really fun, and the kids have, uh, like they have really enjoyed doing that. And I will tell you that some of these weddings and all three that we have right now, all 3 of these kids were kids that helped me with catering over the last few years, and some of the ones that we did last year were the same way. So, we prepare the stuff if we can, just like today when we did our event, we prepared it during the class. And then the boys, this was an easy one today because then they took it over and served it, or we didn't serve it, we just took it over and delivered it. It was for the Newton County Realtors Group, and this was actually the second event that we've done for them. We did it one prior in June for them. And so it was like 60 people. And I was telling Karen and Dana, we did a baked potato bar for them. And we were able to transport it, which I'm going to tell you a little bit about that too when we get to it. Some other things that we've done are class reunions. We have a class reunion that we have done it every year since they started having it, and it's an older group, like a class of 60 something, like, and we just take it. It's on a Saturday. We take it to them, we deliver it, they serve it. And we've been doing that. Now I bet we've done it 5 or 6 times. Uh, we also, when we started, one of the first things that we probably ever did was we hosted the FFA banquet for our agriculture teachers. And we served, now I will tell you, ours is big, and I told you how big our school is, but at that banquet, we serve 200 to 300 people. And we are able to do that. Now, what we do, a lot of it, that particular one is the kids, we plate it for them and the FFA members serve it. And there's some of the other things that we do like that. The senior citizen banquet at our school, they invite all senior citizens in the county and they come out there, and there's probably 150 people. And we do the same thing there. We plate it, and the NHS members or Stuco that puts that on, they serve it for us. But we do things like when the FFA, we do things with them, they always want to cook the meat. And so I'll go buy the meat, they cook it, they smoke it, and we do it that way. When we do events like weddings and things, and the event we did today, my husband, who is a retired ag teacher, he works in our district now at a lot less stressful job, as he said 5 years ago, which is a joke and sarcastic, that he could do that transportation job. Man, that's what he does. And so he smokes the meat and stuff for us. For like today, we did pulled pork as one of their toppings, and he smoked that for me yesterday. And then another thing that we've done is a foundation dinner. That again, we did serve that, and we plated it. And when we plate them, and if it's a large group, we do some things like put the dessert on the table. that kind of thing, so that it makes it a little bit easier for us. And probably one of the first things that we ever did was, we have a church in our community who wants to do things for the sports teams that is different than what they would normally do. So we feed our teams before the games. And so they ask, would our group be willing to do every single, like we do all the fall sports, all the winter sports, spring sports, and I bill them that way, and we fix a meal for them. And it depends what it is, and they get to pick. Well, because of that, it's grown into a thing. Like last year, we did 14 baseball meals for the parents. Because then now the parents say, you know what? I would just soon pay your group to feed my kids instead of having to come out there to school and do it. And so we do that. We've done that same thing with volleyball. And I will tell you, one of the favorite things that last year and this year and that is if we do a to go thing, we do quesadillas, and those are easy. They're easy to prepare ahead of time, and we take that stuff and we make it up, and then all we have to do is actually put them on the griddle, and we do them in sacks, and we serve it that way. So that sports thing kind of developed into some other things that we might not have been at, like we might not have ever uh, done that, but we do it because we started doing that for the church. We did one meal for every single team for every time. And there's some other things that we have always done. Like my brother owns a radio station in Neosho, and it's a nonprofit, and he helps us throughout the year. And we do his staff Christmas dinner. And one of the things in this paper that I prepared, we do uh, we have ways to transport it. And if you were really serious about it and going to do it, I would recommend that you buy some of those. I bought them on the restaurant web store, and they're the insulated carriers, and they are awesome. And they keep food hot for hours. And when we transport things, I mean, it gets so hot in them that you can't touch them without potholder or something to hold on to, because I guess because of the inside of that box. But they are awesome. And we put just like today, we have a couple of bigger ones, and we transported the cakes, all the cold stuff in one of them, just because it was easier to transport it. We made like 2 sheet cakes and 2 of those Olive Garden like salads, and we had like our, you know, cheese and all that stuff, and it was just easier to slide it into one of those, transport it that way. And then we had another one that we transported the hot stuff in. Uh, but those have been awesome. Another thing, and it was just by word of mouth, we've done a business, an industry in Neosho, that we've done their Christmas and Thanksgiving dinners for their employees for the last 2 years. And that one, and we do one at lunchtime, and then we turn around and go back out there at the evening shift and feed their night people. And that one has been a fun one too. And that, like I said, today we did the Newton County Realtors, and we did the potato bar, and we did this last June, we did a golf tournament for them where they wanted the food, and all we had to do both times, all we've had to do is take it and leave it with them. And we're going to do their Christmas when they've already asked us to do that. We did one of the best fundraisers is a box lunch. We do those. And those are where, you put everything in the styrofoam box. And we've done pulled pork. We give them an option: pulled pork, pulled chicken. We've done chicken spaghetti, because that's one that we feed the teams a lot and the people like it. We don't have, and I don't know how many of you are like this, we don't have Monday school. We are a 4-day school week, which is awesome. And so when we do a box lunch, we do it on Monday, because the kids can come in and we can transport it. Again, we kind of lucked out. We have some insulated, they're not heavy, but like a, like an insulated bag like you would get at Sam's, only these are large. They'll hold like, I believe, 14, something like that, 16 of those boxes. And they zip, they're square, they zip on top, and we transport them that way. And that's made it easy because when we sell those box lunches, guys, we sell 125, 150 of them. And the kids go, we have to be very organized on that. And the kids are involved in all of this stuff. They're involved in what we make, in the preparation of it. We talk about what, we're going to charge, because I will tell you, we probably don't charge always what we could, but again, we like to do it. It funds all of our activities, and we don't have to do any kind of, fundraiser. We do a couple of things that I will tell you, but they're one of them's food related. But anyway, those box lunches are great. We can do, they love our sheet cakes. I don't know why. I think it might be the 3 sticks of butter that are in every stinking one of them. But, but they love those sheet cakes. And if we can, we serve those with a box lunch just because they're a lot cheaper to do than if we purchase something. But we've made potato salad. We've done baked beans. We have I use the Pioneer Woman baked beans. We're serving those tomorrow, and mac and cheese. They like mac and cheese. The other night, we fed a visiting football team at our school, and there were 70 of them, and we did it in a box. And the ag teacher cooked the pork loin, and we did a pork loin sandwich, macaroni and cheese. We also put a bag of chips in there, and then we did like a little Debbie cake, and then they provided the water. And then I don't know, they have something about fruit juice, and they give them to them every year. We've done that 3 years now, and they pay us very well. And uh, they also tipped us on that. They were like, "Oh no," and we got that because of our ag teacher. He knew the booster club person, and that school is like 50 miles, 40 miles from us, but they feed their team every time. And they called us again each time and have said, "Hey, will you do this?" We've also done things, we talked about this earlier, professional development days, like when you have things with your teachers. We do sometimes feed them, like we're getting ready to have. Now, we're not going to do the fall one because we're always busy, but in the spring, we will do the feed the teachers on our parent teacher conference night. And again, they love the like baked potato bars, what we did last year. Uh, we also have done like at back to school in January. And one time we did breakfast for them and did like breakfast burritos and orange juice. And I mean, it was easy. And then for the last probably 5 or 6 years, we have fed the new hires to the district in August. And that's about 40, 50 people, because we feed all the administrative assistants and the administrators and all of that. And the school pays us to do that. And so that's been a big thing. Tomorrow, we're doing the Big Eight. We're in the Big Eight conference, is what they call it. But really, there's 9 schools, but we're the Big Eight. And we're going to host that administrators at our school, and we're going to do the lunch for them. Now, I didn't say this, but again, we are a rural district, and our school literally sits in farm country. There is no, like, we are 5 miles from the closest town, and from the other part of the district, we are 12 miles. And this school lays there because when they consolidated years ago, they did not want the school in any of the little towns that they consolidated. And so it is on more of a main highway, but it is like out in the middle of nowhere. So when I go shopping, I have to go to Joplin, I have to go to Neosho. It's not, and I try to do that for the most part, except for my foods classes. I go, on Sunday to Sam's and to Joplin just because of the prices that they're better. One other thing that we started a long time ago, which is a good place to start, is we started doing casseroles at Thanksgiving and Christmas. And I have a flyer. I would be willing to share with you that we send, and we started doing this again. We only did it in our district to like the 2 elementary schools, the high school. And we would get, I mean, we make us usually 30 to 40 of those, and we make them those 2 days before like Thanksgiving when we get out, and we make them at Christmas those days, and then the kids go over and deliver them the day that we leave. And if we know they're not going to use it like the next day, we usually freeze those. And we do have that capacity because if I do have an upright freezer in my room, but also the ag department has 3 freezers down there, and we utilize theirs too. Uh, and excuse me, those are like potato casserole, broccoli and cheese. Let's see, there's another one they really like. Potato one's the big. I can also I have we make them gluten free and stuff for people. Uh, and like some of the things we've served, I didn't say earlier, but like for the new hires, they like our lasagna, and we have a gluten free veggie one that I make that takes care of the people who are, either gluten free or a vegan. And it is a really good recipe. And sometimes we have done that. We've done things like for the senior citizens too. I didn't say, but like the desserts, they like there's an Oreo dessert that we make, and we can pre-package it like so we can put it out, and we can put them in the containers beforehand, which just saves us time. We also do the teachers' Christmas dinner or Christmas breakfast for our admin, and we make the casseroles. That's what else we make. We make a breakfast casserole. We make a sausage one, and we make one that's a taste of home one that's potato. Um, so it's got sausage in it, but it's also got it's very good. And then we do a couple of golf tournaments. Where we serve the food for them. That's one of our fundraisers. I wrote down some other things we've done, like we've done the Newton McDonald County Republican dinner. We've done a youth football league banquet. We've done every year. This is a community service we do. We're doing it again this year because they love it. And that's we do not make money on, but we're doing the senior citizens in the area the Thanksgiving dinner. And they come, we have a great big senior citizens event place at the Stella where I live here. I don't live in Stella, but I out in the country. And the people there, that's a hopping place to be on Friday night. They come from your state too, Karen, Arkansas, Oklahoma, these older people, and they absolutely love it. And we smoke turkeys, and we have all the sides, and my kids love to do it. And our assistant superintendent came last year and helped serve them, and he asked us if he could come again this year and help them. And we're like, heck yeah, we'll take help. But anyway, that's another thing. And the last thing I'm going to tell you, we do sell strawberries for Christian Croft is the vendor. We started doing that in the spring, and the kids that are going to go to state, FCCLA, we sell them. We sell like 144 flats. They deliver those to you in a big 18-wheeler. And there's 2 other schools that have come and picked, they have ordered not of the 144, but their own orders, but it's cheaper if you have, I think, 140 of them or something. I don't remember. You don't have to pay all the shipping. And so those are a great fundraiser. And one of the things I do then to reward my kids that help me all the time, they make them a strawberry pie. I always buy extras, and we sell everyone, and we could always sell more of those than they come out of Michigan, and they're great. And the last thing, promise, last thing we do has nothing to do with catering, but I want to tell you a great fundraiser is we do a thing at Easter called Egg My Yard. And I got that from my husband's FFA. We stuff Easter eggs. We make about $1,200 on it. We buy the Easter eggs on Amazon, like 1,000 of them. We use every single one of them. We do like a prize egg with it. And then this last year, Texas Roadhouse partnered with us out of Joplin, And they gave every kid, I told them, I said, oh, I probably need 30. We probably have 30 yards. And we did. And they gave me probably 40 of them, but they were the kids meal free. And we put them inside of their prize egg. And that was a cool thing. So if you guys have never thought about that, that's an easy thing. You can buy bulk candy online and we put other things in them too, because there's always somebody who doesn't want their kid to have candy. But that is a great fundraiser too. And we list literally on Friday and Saturday only, because I'm not going to do it Easter morning. Did that the first year, and then I'm like, no more. But the kids, we go hide them, and they have the best time, and we love doing it. So that's what we do at East Newton. And I'll be glad to answer any questions. But like I said, also, I'm sure Karen will share my email, but I will gladly share anything that I have with you. You just email me and ask me, and I'll send it to you.
Okay, Karen, I think we have some questions.
Okay.
So first one is, do you have a commercial kitchen or home kitchen setup?
No, I have a regular family and consumer sciences classroom, 4 kitchens.
4 kitchens. And
Yep.
how many are in each class? How many students do you have in each class?
My foods classes are, oh,
Well,
my,
yeah, your foods classes.
okay.
Yes.
Well, so I have a nutrition and wellness class, advanced international foods. What I have that class, I have 27 in that this year. I have an introductory class, career development. I have 20, I believe 25 in one, 24 in the other. And my food science, which is not a class, I tell them most time we don't do things to food that you want to eat in there. I have 30 of those kids this year. Then I teach health, and I also teach child development, and I teach interior design. That'll be,
So
it's
how many
inside
preps do you
another
have?
class. Yeah.
So how many preps do you have? 5, 4,
I have 6,
6? Oh, I missed that
7
one.
if you count let a kid do interior design. You know, he's the only kid in that class right now. But I teach that in Missouri. You have, you have a certain set of courses that you have to teach, and to comply to get your grants and stuff. And
Okay.
second semester will be the regular interior design class, but I have it. I have one kid in there this time.
So what class do they actually do the catering in?
Most of the time, it's that third hour. It's my advanced kids, but some of those same kids that are my officers and stuff are in some of my other classes, and I always put them to work at it also.
Okay. Okay.
Yep.
The next question is, what vehicle do you use to deliver these foods?
We have a school van, and we actually have 2 school vans. So, like, when we do that, that's the way we do it. Now, I will tell you one thing I didn't mention. My church has us do their Wednesday night meals for them every week, and the boys, they take their own car, and they have permission from their parents. It's about 10 miles, and they take my church keys, and they go deliver it and either plug it in, put it in the oven, do whatever we need with it. But if we're going to any kind of an event, we transport it in the van. We have 2 of them, and it's kind of good if you know the. I always get all those in because of the transportation guy.
Oh yeah,
My husband.
transportation guy.
Yeah, my husband.
Her husband. Yeah. Um, so another question is, how do you find time to do all these catering events? Do you cook during class?
Yes, but I'm telling you, these kids are good, and I've trained them. I mean, and once you get a group, and these kids, every kid I have, they started as a freshman. I've got juniors and seniors and freshmen. I start training them, and I start, like they start helping. They want to, we have a polo that we wear when we serve. That's an FCCLA one. I bought them jackets. One year they love that kind of thing. They like to wear wear their, they don't call it a uniform, but they like that. But I just started them early, and I'm telling you, I can literally tomorrow, I told them, you guys, because I'll be having class, you're gonna go back there, girls, and you have to make that macaroni and cheese third hour. We make it from scratch. It's really good. They'll do it. They made a chocolate cake for this same group today, frosted it. I was never back there with them. They're
Hmm.
good. I checked on them, but they're in the room with me, but yeah. And if we don't, we do things on Monday, Sunday. If it's and on Saturday when we're having an event, we come out there early and we prepare the stuff.
Gotcha. Do you have contracts for the catering events?
No, I haven't had, I get, hope, knock on wood. We never have anybody like back out. We had one, we do some, one of our bus mechanics, we've done their family Christmas dinner because they have about 50 of them and they have it at a community center. And we did that for them. And last year, they're the only people that backed out, and dad was like critical in the hospital. The uh, patriarch, and I just told him we're not going to worry about it. And then the food that I hadn't went out there and we hadn't done anything yet, and we just used it we had a wedding later that month, and stuff was in the freezer. We were fine. So no, we haven't done a contract. I hope I don't need them.
Okay. How do you figure out the cost?
So I told you we go to Sam's, and have we got any Missouri teachers on here? Is there anybody from Missouri
Anybody
on
in
here?
Missouri? Okay.
Well, I don't know how you guys operate in the other states, but in my school, and I have been there a long, long time, I have a Sam's card, I have a credit card, I have a Walmart card that belongs to the school. And they tell me anybody else that ever uses that card, Miss Mason, you better be able to say, why don't you ever give that card to anyone? And that's what I use to charge things with. And so you know how you always get your printout of your receipts and all of that. What I try to do with the kids is we sit down uh, and figure out like what is this going to cost us to make it, because usually we've made it before and then we figure out the number of people, and sometimes we give people an option of saying, okay, you can say, hey, we're going to have 150 people and this is what it's going to cost you per person. Like that baked potato bar thing that we did today, I think I charged $8 a person. 8 times 60, is that 48? Yeah, 480. Yeah, I must charge them 750 a person, and we made money. We made probably $250 on that today. And again, we didn't have to serve it. Took it over there. The kids unpacked everything, brought everything back like they were supposed to. So, yeah, but the kids need to know that too, because food has gotten really, really high compared to what it was.
Do you have
Weddings, we
oh, go
usually
ahead.
charge $1,000. Like if we do, depends how many people it is. And they can give us a final count the week before if they want to. But then I tell them that. And I'm going to tell you something. I've only ran out of food one time. And I don't really think it was our fault. It was at a wedding.
Do you do wedding cakes?
No, oh no, no.
Okay.
But we make a really great, and they make it from scratch, Italian cream cake. That's a layered cake that's beautiful. And
Hmm.
the kids started making it. They're awesome at it. It's good. And it's requested sometimes. We give them a list of, hey, here's what we can do, and then we let them pick a lot of times. But that wedding, I want to say why I ran out of food. 3 people. But here's what happened. It was good food. We did bow tie, Alfredo, chicken Alfredo, bow tie, and we did Olive Garden salad. We did uh, garlic breadsticks. And at a wedding, you don't have to do any dessert or cake. And we did all the drinks. And these people at the groom's table, it was the groom's table, the groom's family, I should say, were served first, the groom's family and the bride's family. and we served everybody else. And then they told the kids serving and stuff, their table had never been served. And so we served the groom's table again. And so
Oh.
3 people at that wedding that weren't at the groom's table didn't get any food because we ran out on that. So I felt really bad, but I also know what happened because I served the groom's table in the beginning. So I knew they had already been served. Because I said, what table hasn't been served out there? And they came and showed me. And I was like, and they were already serving them again. And I was like, yes, they have. I served them. So that was the only one. So, but we usually don't. And then we just leave them everything. If they bought it, we leave it.
Okay.
We did do a wedding that the kid was one of my kids, and he was like, Miss Mason, I want you to make that sweet tea. And I want you to make 15 gallons of that sweet tea, Miss Mason. And he said, and when you think about when you're making it, you think about me and you go, you know what, Ty, I'm going to add some more sugar to that. And so I did make it for him, and we did use every bit of that tea. It was crazy. I never saw people drink so much tea. So, but
Does
some
anybody have any other questions?
we're not experts, but the kids are learning. We did an experiment. My niece is going to get married in November, and she wants desserts only at her wedding. Because I told her, I go, you know, Aunt Karen will let you have anything in the world you want. I will help. I will make sure you get what you want. She goes, no, we're just going to have dessert. And it's going to be on Black Friday. So I said, you know what? She wants, we're going to make that sweet, salty, like harvest mix. And I said, you know, kids, we got to practice here. And we made them Friday because I said, we need 4 days to see if they're going to still be good in 4 days. We sealed them up and everything in little containers. And they tried them today. And then we went and passed them out to all the teachers. We thought it'd be a nice gesture and said in the afternoon, and it made like 138 of them. And that's kind of stuff we do. Sometimes we just try something and we try it ahead of time. So
Okay, we have a question on how did you initially get the word out for your catering, or did it just grow naturally?
no, when we decided to do it, I think the very first things we ever did were the casseroles, and we put it out to the teachers. And then honestly, we still have a lot of the kids that I had in school, and their parents always used to buy them, who will still call me and go, hey, you guys doing those casseroles? We want to order that. We'll come by and pick them up. And then I will tell you, the community here, I've lived here my entire life, and probably you can't say my name in that high school that somebody doesn't know who I am. And that it really, a lot of it is word of mouth. A lot of the catering things that we've done for business and stuff is because somebody in the business knows me, has a kid that goes to East Newton, or a parent that they know we've done it. And that's really, I think, how we got the word out, because we didn't advertise or anything. I'm trying to remember even what our first wedding was. We've done some really fun ones. We've done a breakfast bar at a brunch like wedding that was awesome. And it was a teacher's kid. And we had a biscuit bar. That was a lot of fun. Um, there's a lot of them. Those cocoa bars and coffee bars right now are a lot of fun. We're going to do that in November, and we did one of those last January, and those are a lot of fun.
Okay, how far in advance do you require payment before catering or fundraising box lunches?
Well, again, I haven't ever been, when they're box lunch. Oh, it's really cool because a lot of those, when we sell them, we'll sell 15 of them to one place. And it's because of like we have some, farm businesses in our community. So the kids will go down when we take the orders, we put it on Facebook. I call them if they ordered from us before, or I email them and say, hey, we're going to do the box lunches again. Cause they tell me, hey, when you do those, we want you to tell us. And then we want a week out. We want to know how many we got to make because we have to get really organized on that because we like are a big district, like I said, and we have to designate people. Like you have to go to the north, you have to go to the south, and we put the things and what time they want them delivered because we deliver them like when they feed their people. There's a sewing manufacturing place down the road. They order like 16 from us. There's a farm equipment place down the road. They order like 10 of them because they have 10 employees. And so that's how come we sell so many of them.
So do they have to pay in advance?
Some of them do. They Venmo us. We do Venmo, or some of them just write us a check out. Some of them will go ahead and send it, and a lot of them I tell them just pay them when the kids come show up with it, and that's exactly what they do. They got a check ready, and they give it to them. Today, that's what that realtors group did. They paid us at the check when we delivered the food.
Okay.
Uh, so yeah, again, I have not been nothing happened where we've been stuck with something. Uh,
Okay.
I will tell you this, one time my kids didn't deliver the food on time, and those people, I made them we delivered it, and I told them, I said, "You do not take their money." When they realized they had forgotten it, it was sitting in the building there, and I said, we did not take it. We ate those 15. I mean, we didn't eat them, but we ate the cost. But we make like, I'm not exaggerating here either. We make like, oh, when we do those box lunches, we'll sell them for 10, $12, depending what it is. And we make like, I think the last time we did them, we made $1,400. It's a great way to just get it over with. Do it. And again, all the preps on Sunday and Monday morning before we go deliver them.
Okay, here's a question. It says, how do you cater a coffee bar? Do you have a portable equipment?
Yep. So we, like I said, we have a foundation in our district that has purchased some of things like those insulated carriers for us. I'm getting a bigger coffee pot because we've got a 50 cup, but it is really not big enough. And they're buying us a 100 cup. And we have like the insulated water things, that we can put the hot water in. And we boil it and I put it in there before we ever leave. And then we haven't run out of hot water for like the cocoa and stuff. We did all kinds of syrups, all kinds of different hot chocolate, kinds of creamers and things. I purchased a lot of it. We even did the cute little spoons that they stirred with that had some about snowing on it that were really cute. And we do like, now that wedding we did last year, they provided everybody that came with a coffee, uh, not a mug, but like a cup, a teacup, whatever. We did tea also, and that's how they did it. My niece that's getting married, I told her I thought what she needed to do was we needed to order. She ordered those like campfire mugs that they're going to use at that one with their name on it and stuff. But if they didn't, we'd use disposable cups. We have cups and lids, and that's what we would do. But we have all kinds of. I can like share that with you. But I bought a lot of the things like on Amazon, the chocolates, because I bought nice, like hot chocolate, gourmet stuff. They were very nice. It was very nice.
So how much approximately do you make a year?
Oh, I knew you were going to ask that. Well, I'm gonna say I'm gonna say because we have to do we do the chapter in review every
Hmm.
year. Our kids do all the projects and stuff as a star event, and so you have to have a budget on there, and you have to. And I'm gonna say, oh gosh, because I remember looking at a thing. The school handles our money. I'd say $20,000. I don't know. I told you we take a summer trip if we don't, but like we're getting ready to go to Capital Leadership, and I don't know if you guys have registered for that, but it's the hotels were $2,000 for the 5 days, uh, each room.
Yep.
And then the registration wasn't as bad as fall leadership. We did that last year. That little trip last year to fall leadership in Orlando cost us $6,000 for 4 people. We're taking 7 to Capital Leadership, but, yeah, it can get kinda costly, so,
Hey, you're making some good money. Okay, the next
yeah.
question is your kitchen inspected by the health department? And do your students take the Safe Serve test? So,
Nope, because I'm not a culinary, I am certified, and the health people come in there, I'm pretty sure from because they do from our kitchens and stuff. So, yeah. I
uh,
am the kids would tell you I am very particular. I will they they will tell you that. Either got have gloves on or they're what very much so. Sanitation's a big thing in my kitchens. In fact, I don't even have to tell most of them anymore, even kids that aren't in the class.
that's good. Well, you definitely are getting comments about that they don't know how you do it and that you never sleep. So,
We did one today and we're doing one tomorrow. And we, do those Wednesday night things every week, and the boys go I have some boys, they're awesome, they're seniors, and they, last year as juniors, the girls will get they're in C-Tech, what we call C-Tech, which is VOTech, the Career Tech Center, and so when they get there, they come straight to my room, just like today, and they went that food had to be there at 11:30, and they delivered it. And I was getting a little antsy because they hadn't got there at 11 yet, and I was prepared to call Mr. Mason and say, "I think you're gonna need to come up here with and take the girls and go deliver this." I did send the girls to make sure the boys did it right, but yeah, we kinda have jokes about that.
so anybody else have
I
any
know I
questions?
talked a lot, but I really will share anything. I'm telling you, we're not experts.
Well, you definitely have a good setup. Does anybody have any other questions? Well, um, we will get it set up where this, interview will be posted on the ACTE website. And so other people can come and see and hear all the wonderful things, that you are doing. So we will get that posted.
I
The,
saw that pastry thing. No, we don't do pastries just because you heard all the other stuff we do. I don't know how I'd work that in.
oh,
Um,
I missed that one. I
yeah,
apologize.
somebody asked that. My niece now, we're experimenting because, I told you my niece is getting married on Good Friday or on Black Friday. She wants pumpkin pies. We experimented the other day and I think we've got it down. We've done it twice. We're going to make them in muffin tins. We put the pie crust in the oh, what do you call it? Not a regular muffin tin. They got too dark in that, so we went with, oh my gosh, you know what? Silicone. We went with that, and that worked great. And then they punch out, and you can make a little individual. She wants pumpkin pie, and then we're going to make, I think, cinnamon rolls, which we can make cinnamon rolls. I got a great recipe that'll make like a big tray of them. We're going to do those too. But
I think I'm coming to your wedding, her wedding. Just letting you
yeah,
know
yeah.
that. So, yes. Well, I'm very jealous. Just letting you know that. So,
I am a I love my kids, and I'm telling you guys, I don't know. Sometimes I go, I need to stop this. My husband thinks I need, but I tell him I don't know what I'm going to do yet. And so I'm just going to keep doing it because I don't want, you know, I've done it a long time, but my kids, I love my kids. And the day I don't like it anymore, I guess I'll walk away from it because I don't have to do it, and
that's great.
it's like, I do love it. I have a real passion. I love what I teach. I love every day. I love going to work. I get up at 4:30 and drive a stinking school bus.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's great. No,
Yeah.
but yeah, I do
Well,
love
thank
it.
you.
So,
Thank you for being
thank
on. Thank
you.
you for doing
Thank you.
this. So,
Yep.
and again, we will get this recording out for everybody to hear and see. And we will, and if you have any questions for Karen, we will send out her information too. And she will also be sending out, giving us her documents.
Yep.
So
Sure will.
thank y'all. So
Thank you, guys.
thank y'all for getting on. Bye-bye.
Thank you,
Bye.
Karen. Thank you,
Thank
Karen,
you.
both of you. Have a great night, everyone.
All right. Thank
Bye-bye.
you.
Have a great week. So.